Hey guys, Hobbs here. Here's my version of the actual Lich King kill with my second 10-man group. After the Lich King does his speech, you'll notice there's a few more seconds left. This is where you start to make sure that your shields are up, everybody's ready, they're going to cast whatever buffs they need for the combat to start. I lay down a consecration right away so he's going to run right into it. Hit a couple of my aggro spells just to get him building up quick. By not consecrating during the times where these ads spawn, we get them all over on the left hand side so that when people get that debuff, they run in to that mob to do damage to them to quickly take them down. When we decurse it, see, we'll have somebody there, decurse, he runs back into the team, starts DPSing again. So we do this until he hits 70% and we hit into phase 2. Now, phase 2, when he hits 70%, he runs away, we all run in. I sometimes hit a Holy Wrath here, see how I stun them there? Just to take it off the other tank, give him some time to get in position. Now, right away, I have to grab this Raging Spirit, turn his back to the other players, because he does this cone in front of him that silences anyone that's in front, and probably does damage too, so everybody stays behind him. You'll see that the orbs, the ice spheres coming from the Lich King, if they hit you, they'll blast you right off the edge of this, right off the edge of Ice Crown Citadel, and you'll be dead permanently. So we have a lock who's putting just dots on them as they appear, and by the time they get to the edge, they are dead. This is a transition where we actually run in, make sure not to run into any ice spheres if they are up, and it's everybody's job at that point to down them, and then we bring the king right into the center of the room. And the reason being is now you've got two big things to watch out for, the Defiles and for the Valkyries. We're trying to get this Raging Spirit down on the left, and our first Valkyrie showing up. I have the king in the center because the Valkyrie is going to pull that player to the edge to throw them off the edge. And of course, closer to the center, every distance equal, if you have them close to the edge, there's a chance that Valkyrie might just go, drop them off, and down them. You'll see the defile on the left hand side. The big thing is if anybody's in that defile standing in it, it grows, and it will grow to the point where it wipes the entire raid fast. That's probably the biggest thing that wiped us over and over and over and over and over again. When this Valkyrie takes people, we stun them with whatever we can, slow them, just to get him down. The DPS priority always goes on there, and then of course at that point, everything in this game is always an intention thing. While you're looking over there, something else is happening over here, and that's the big thing with this game, is to actually, sometimes the Valkyries and the Defiles spawn very close in time, and that's where it can get tricky. So you'll see there's one popping up ahead there, and it was an easy one right at the edge of the screen. So we continue avoiding the Defiles and killing the Valkyries until he hits 40%. Now here we've stopped DPS on him because we need to focus on the Valkyrie, and we don't want him transitioning to the next phase until that Valkyrie's dead. So now it's dead. I'm starting to drag him closer to the edge so that the party's closer. We go to the edge because a remorseless winter's going to come, which if you're standing in it like the first phase, you will die. This one's very similar where the Raging Spirits appear, but they appear more quickly, and we also have our Warlock dotting up the spheres in the distance so that they don't punt us off the edge, and it's very similar to the last phase, and we continue that until he transitions again. So now in this transition, when we go back in, it's similar to the last one. This time we have two Raging Spirits up. We down these ice spheres as they're coming closer. This time I pull the king towards the edge, and our main focus now is to get those Raging Spirits down, because the king's actually going to summon some new spirits that come up in the sky, which our range will actually take care of. And you'll see here he's got his sword up, he's summoning them up above. Now I'm going to drag him to the other side of the room so that these spirits have to come across the board while our melee down them. And they're now the priority right now. So we're not DPSing the king, we're not DPSing the Raging Spirit on the left. As soon as those are down, we're going to down that Raging Spirit on the left, and we basically kite them back and forth this entire stage. Now, of course, the only tricky thing is yes, the defile you'll see on the left and right, we have to avoid those as well as we're dragging them back and forth and DPSing the bosses. You'll see by this point we do have that second Raging Spirit down. So we continue on. Lich King's getting very low in health. The thing with phase 3 is you don't have a lot of time to practice it because you got to go through all those other fights to get this point. There's a lot of things that can wipe you from that point to this point. So he puts his sword in the ground, wipes us all at 10% of his health. Of course, goes through a little speech. Everybody right now is cheering. Everybody's excited. Watch this defile. There it is. Good job.
Don't release. Don't release.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. So after laying dead with the Lich King giving his speech, and then they have a little bit of a battle, we're going to get a masked B-res here, which would be a very cool spell. And this is just a DPS race. I don't tank. The healers really don't heal. Everybody just DPSs the boss down as fast as possible. And there you go, some achievements. Finally, as I zoom in to see the boss, you'll notice I've got that awful haircut on. We watched a short movie, which I'm sure everybody's seen. If your server down this boss, you can see it in Dalaran. It was quite the victory for us all. We progressed together as a team. Everybody deserved it. I see we got somebody jump in here. If you guys remember from my April Fool's video, that's an automatic G kick. Oh, we're losing another member as well. Oh, another third. We might not have anybody left after this run. Of course, that's just a joke. Everybody here, as you can see from this list when I scroll up, every single person was new to this achievement, and we had all earned it and deserved it, and congrats to all. And the loot that dropped, we got a dagger that went to our warlock, and we also got a nice two-hander that went to our death knight. Now, if you did miss my last video, I'll have the link. This is a little scene from it in the description, where it was probably one of the biggest pulls I'd ever shown, at least numbers wise, and the amount of mobs on me at once. And the link will be in the description of this video. And secondly, if you want to see behind the scenes footage, head to my personal channel, youtube.com/wowhobs. Now, since I didn't ninja anything from the Lich King, I decided as memorabilia to get a haircut. And I thought, what should I get? Well, I got a little bit shorter here, guys. Thanks again for watching The Hobbs Way. Until next time.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. There you'll find the latest updates from our premier directors and the Machinima Respawn team.